Adam Schefter. Adam, give us the latest on this decision by the Patriots to cut Cameron Newton and make Mac Jones the starter.
Well, first of all, you heard Mac say the Patriots using a first-round pick on Mac Jones, and I would say that the 49ers, when they traded away 3 first-round draft picks, moved up with the idea that they were comfortable taking Mac Jones, but that they would do their due diligence into Trey Lance and Justin Fields, and wound up falling further in love with Trey Lance before they took him, leaving Mac Jones to slide all the way to New England at 15 without the Patriots having to give up any additional first-round picks. And from the moment Mac Jones stepped in there this summer, he looked like he was a guy ready to take over. He led 8 preseason drives this summer, 8. Every one resulted in either a field goal or a touchdown. There was not a single drive this preseason that he initiated that they didn't score on. He impressed coaches with their accuracy. Spoke to one head coach last week who told me that he thought that Mac Jones could be and would be a Pro Bowl quarterback in this league for 10 years. And I'll be honest, I fully thought that he was going to wind up as the starting quarterback on opening day. What I didn't expect was that the Patriots today would release Cam Newton. But what that tells you is they are so sure of Mac Jones that they felt like it would be unfair to have Cam on the roster. They've got Brian Hoyer, a capable backup there in reserve. And so rather than put Cam in a position that might be a little bit awkward, they thanked him and said, we are ready to go with the youngster. The new Patriot era begins now. We're not wasting another second. And so they turn over everything to Mac Jones, which was coming, and everybody could see it was coming. The only question was it going to be week 1 or 2? But they decided, obviously, Bill Belichick did, that this was the time. And so Cam Newton is now going to be a free agent. Mac Jones is going to take over as the starting quarterback in New England. And obviously, it's a significant day in Patriot football history.
Wow.
Adam, but why not keep Cam as the backup? Why go to Brian Hoyer? Do you think this was purely a football decision?
Well, it's a situation where you have to understand the situation where it might have been tough for him to be a backup. Think about a former NFL MVP now backing up a rookie, the dynamics of that. And so they decided, again, I think, hey, let's do Cam a favor here. He doesn't have to subject himself to that. And if he wants to go see if there's another job out there for him, let him go do that. Look, someone's going to get hurt at some point this year. And obviously Cam Newton would figure to be the top available quarterback on the list for anybody right now, although it's going to be difficult to come in and learn offense. I just think that they thought, we've seen what we need to see in Mac Jones. There's no sense in having anybody else around here that is a threat, that is a former MVP. We're going with the young guy who we've been blown away by, who's been better than we thought. Cam, thank you for your service. We're going to let you go hit the free agent market.
Adam, how much of this do you think from Belichick, and I mean using a first-round pick on a quarterback, spending all the money in free agency, going with the young guy to start the season, is motivated by all that happened last year, including Brady winning the Super Bowl, the Patriots not making the playoffs? Because I look and think no rookie quarterback has ever led a team even to the Super Bowl, let alone won one. And in New England, I assume that's what they anticipate every year. That's what the goal is.
Well, look, they've seen enough from Max to think that he gives them the best chance to win in the short and long term. And there's no reason to wait any further. And they went to Tom Brady at a time where he was very young in his career, when they had a former number 1 overall pick on the bench. And by the way, now that I say that, I think they might have learned something from that example. That was not an easy situation to navigate. They've been through something similar where the young quarterback takes over for the former number 1 overall pick quarterback, and it lasted a season, and they moved on from Drew Bledsoe. And so maybe having been through that, they draw something from that and say, you know what, that's not a recipe that we want to repeat right now. Let's just move on because we feel that good about Mac Jones. And by the way, they like Brian Hoyer too, right? They like him enough in the backup role that they're comfortable with that. So Bill Belichick made the decision to move on, and I think he does it with the expectation that Mac Jones is better than what they thought, and he can win now. And they're not sacrificing anything, and they're ready to hand him the keys, let him drive the car, and they've seen enough to know that they think that he gives them a real chance to win.
Boog and Max, I want to ask y'all this question.
This really quick.
Go ahead, Boog.
Here's the thing I'll say. We shouldn't be surprised, guys. They had Cam Newton for a whole year last year, but what did they do in the offseason? They went out and they got a franchise quarterback. Cam Newton is still relatively young, so if they were sold or ever in on the Cam Newton bandwagon, why would you draft Mac Jones? So that told us clearly during the draft season that this team wanted a franchise quarterback. They went out and got one. They just needed to see whether Mac Jones was the goods. And I do think there is familiarity between Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick on how we play. Remember, Bill Belichick knows how to win, how you go about winning, the defense, the offensive line. They had to change everything for Cam Newton last year, everything for a player that's wildly inconsistent. I think Bill wants to go back and win how he knows how to win, which is with a quarterback that can distribute the football, who understands where to go, who's accurate, who makes good decisions. I don't need my quarterback to be a runner. We don't need to be running quarterback power. Bill goes left when everyone else goes right. Remember that. Everybody else in this league is looking for dual threat. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. Can you be a dual threat quarterback? Bill is saying, you know what? I don't want to win that way. I tried it for a season with Cam Newton, didn't like it. Let's go find me a guy when everybody else is going to the right, I can go left and we can distribute the football. So this is Bill basically confirming what he told us last year. They're looking for a different quarterback.
Yeah. When they zig, he zags. Adam Schefter, thank you so much. A wealth of knowledge as always, and appreciate the context. We'll talk to you soon, sir. And when we come back after this break, much more on the stunning news, the Patriots releasing Cam Newton, and of course, Mac Jones will be the starter.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.